Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am showing you a layout right now that belongs to Laura Rumble, who is a member of the design team from SpiegelMom Scraps. And the reason I am doing that is because I am here to challenge you for National Scrapbooking Day. So for SpiegelMom Scraps, we each chose a challenge, and I am challenging you to be a sparkler shadower. So what that means is I am challenging you to scraplift your favorite sparkler. So any of the girls on the SpiegelMom Scraps Designs team, find a layout that you like and go ahead and scraplift, create something wonderful. And I also showed you a paper that I am following along with the International Scrapbooking Day 27 Items Challenge that Mercy Tiara, or Tracy Banks, is doing in her Facebook group. And so you saw that I am keeping track of all of the items I am using on creating projects this weekend as part of one of her challenges as well. And so I am going to stay pretty close to Laura's amazing layout. I absolutely love her style, I think because it is so different than mine. So she definitely has more of a minimalistic feel. And so in her layout, she had this kind of modified grid where she had taken a bunch of pattern papers and made little banners to go on the right-hand side. And then she had a photo and just a pattern paper block on the other side. And so I am following along with her design there, except I am going to offset my photo and put some embellishments and a little bit of emphasis around my photo. So that's where I'm going to be a little bit different than her layout, and that is perfectly amazing to do with a scrap lift, where you take the things that you really like and then you change up the things that you want to change and create something that looks really, really neat. And so I am layering up this donut die cut and this little die cut that says Do Your Thing, and those are both from Amy Tan's On a Whim collection, as are all of the pattern papers that I'm using. So they all came out of that 6x6 paper pad. And then I am taking some of my craft foam and just adding some dimension to the back of my photo because I do want it to stand up off the page so that it doesn't look quite so flat with just these pattern paper. And I'm going to offset it just a little bit. So I'm going to start with it straight up and down to make sure I get everything else in the right place where I want it, but then I'm going to end up offsetting it a little bit. And then also in Laura's layout, she had this banner that went along the bottom of the page that was just white triangles with some baker's twine. And the SpiegelMom Scrap Store has an amazing selection of colors of baker's twine. And so I am using this kind of dark pinkish colored twine that's mixed with white to go with this layout. And so I'm just putting some adhesive on the back of each one of those triangles, and I just cut those out of white cardstock, nothing fancy. And I'm going to line those all up along the bottom of this kind of centered theme of my layout, and then attach them with that baker's twine to just kind of make a little banner element down here on the bottom. And I really liked how Laura did that on her layout, so I'm kind of going with that same exact idea. So the basic layout of my layout is going to mimic hers. Her layout was not a 12 by 12, so this is a really good way where you can kind of still scrap lift somebody who scraps in a different size layout than what you do, and still come up with a really neat end product. So all of my dimensions and my blocks and my banners that I created are larger than hers because the scale of my page is also larger than hers. And then what she has done in her project is she took cork and sequins and scattered those kind of in a diagonal across the layout. And so I'm going to end up doing that same type of thing. So you see I've got my banner at the bottom. I went ahead and added an acrylic title or sentence, and that is from Ellie Studios that just says You Are My Sunshine. And I have that just glued right on top of my photo. And it was perfect because he's sitting in that big donut inner tube. And so the bright colors in that were perfect behind that white acrylic. And then I grabbed my Shooting Stars cork shapes from SpiegelMom Scraps, and those are going to be the ones that I scatter on that diagonal to mimic Laura's design. And then I'm also going to take two of the newer sequin mixes. One is Summer Paradise, and that's the yellow one. And the other one is Pandora's Ombre, which is one of my favorites that has all different shades of blue. And those are going to go across the diagonal of my layout, and that is going to do it. So this is a really simple, fun photo of my son. He's just sitting in this giant donut inner tube ready to try out our new pool in our new house. And so this kind of modified grid layout was a perfect way to showcase that photo and include a lot of fun patterns, but still keep that minimalistic look. So now it's your turn. You need to find your favorite sparkler and scrap lift a layout. I can't wait to see what you make. See you again soon. Bye.